What is up, Force fans? Welcome back to the Star Wars Vault. Today we're breaking down The Mandalorian Episode 7. What a crazy episode it was. Only one more episode left after this one, so let's jump right into it. But before we get into that, I just want to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel if you like our videos for more awesome Star Wars content in the future. We really appreciate it, and it helps us out a lot. Thank you. We open this episode in the Razor Crest, where the Mando gets a message from Greef Karga. He tells the Mandalorian that since their last battle, Navarro has been overrun by ex-Imperials, and he wants the Mando's help in killing them by arriving with Baby Yoda and arranging a meeting. He reminds the Mando without doing this, he and the baby may be hunted forever. The Mando thinks it over, looks back at Baby Yoda, and then takes off into hyperspace. The next scene, we see the Mando land back on Sorgan, where he met Cara Dune for the first time. It cuts to Cara Dune fighting a Zabrak in some kind of fight club, where they are tied together with energy coupling. After Cara wins the fight, she sees the Mando walk up to her, and he asks her if she's looking for work. He lays out the plan for Cara and asks her for her help. She was on the fence until she finds out that they will be fighting Imperials, and she agrees wholeheartedly. The next scene, Cara and the Mando are on the Razor Crest, discussing the reasons for doing the job, while he allows Cara to go through his weapons to choose one. All of a sudden, the ship starts to rock and freak out, and we see Baby Yoda is trying to fly the ship. After the Mando stabilizes the ship, Cara asks if he knows someone that they can trust to watch the baby. The Mando says yes, and he takes off to meet our old friend, the Ugnaught named Kuiil from Episode 1 on the planet Arvala 7. When they get there, they have a discussion about the fact that Baby Yoda hasn't grown much, which makes me feel like there was some sort of time passage from Episode 1 to now. They are discussing where they think Baby Yoda came from. Kuiil says that the baby couldn't be engineered. Then suddenly, IG-11 unit from Episode 1 comes through the door holding teacups. Kuiil tells a story of how after the Mando killed it, he restored and reprogrammed it to help and protect him. The Mando asks Kuiil if he can help on the mission. Kuiil agrees on the condition that IG-11 and the Blurgs can come as well. He has spoken. The next scene, we see the Mando and Cara Dune arm wrestling on the Razor Crest. They are evenly matched and locked into an intense match when suddenly Baby Yoda, perceiving Cara as a threat to the Mando, reaches out with the Force and begins to force choke Cara. He concentrates and squeezes. It's cute and terrifying. The Mando realizes what's happened and picks up Baby Yoda and tells Baby Yoda to stop and that Cara is a friend. They discuss what Baby Yoda might be, and we learn a little bit about Kuiil, who used to be an indentured servant for the Empire, and he worked his way to freedom with the skill of his hands and his craftsmanship. He also agrees to build Baby Yoda a brand new cradle. They land on Navarro to meet Greef Karga and 3 bounty hunters. The Mando, Cara, and Kuiil, all riding their blurgs, and Baby Yoda in his new cradle, all come out of the Razor Crest. After a brief conversation, the group begins to walk towards the town. Night falls and they set up camp around a fire. It is quiet. Mando and Karga are talking about the plan, when suddenly giant bat-like creatures swoop down and attack them. It kills one of the hunters and 2 of the blurgs, and then are finally fended off. We see Greef Karga has been hurt badly and has been poisoned, and the poison is spreading fast. We see Baby Yoda walking closer when he suddenly rests his hands on the scratch from Greef Karga and closes his eyes. We see Yoda use the Force to heal him completely. In the next scene, it is daylight and they're headed back towards the town. When they get there, we see the 2 bounty hunters coming up from behind Cara and the Mando and reach for their blasters. Then, in the last second, Greef Karga spins around and kills them both. He tells Cara and the Mando that this was all a setup and that they were really after the baby. But after Baby Yoda healed him last night, he couldn't go through with it. They decide that they still have to kill the Imperial client to save them from being hunted, and the Mando sends Kuiil back to the ship with Baby Yoda, and Mando, Cara, and Karga head to the town with empty cradle. When they arrive at the town, we see 2 Imperial scout troopers on their speeders. They check Karga's codes and allow him to pass. The town is now overrun with Imperial troopers. They make it to the bar where the client is waiting with 4 stormtroopers. They sit down and begin to discuss how Mandalore resisted the Empire. We see more stormtroopers filing in, and the client asks to see the baby, which would expose them all. As they are about to open the cradle, the client gets a call, and we meet for the first time Moff Gideon. He asks about the child, and suddenly the bar starts getting shot up from outside, killing the client and the troopers. Outside the bar, we see a row of death troopers who just lit up the bar. An Imperial troop transport pulls up with a legion of stormtroopers, and the Mando gets on the comm to Queel. The Mando gets on the comm to Queel and asks if he is back at the ship. He tells them that they are overrun and that he needs to hurry. The message was overheard by the scout troopers, and they take off on their speeder bikes after Queel. Next, we see a TIE fighter come in from above, but as it's going to land, we see that it's not a normal TIE, and that the wings fold down for it to land. We see Moff Gideon rise out of the TIE fighter and walk towards the bar. He tells them that they have something he wants, and that they don't understand fully what it is. The Mando desperately calls to Queel, asking him if he's on the ship. We see Baby Yoda on the ground, and the scout trooper speeds up and scoops him up. The camera pans over, and we see Queel dead and been gunned down, and that is where the episode ends. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The episode was intense. Seeing Baby Yoda use the Force so much, the Force choke was crazy, and the Force heal was amazing. It was emotional when Queel was killed. It was just a crazy episode. And now for the next episode, we're pretty set up. This is going to be very intense. The episode will definitely start off with Moff Gideon and all of the troopers and the death troopers all aiming down the Mando's throat. So excited to see how this season ends. I really hope we get Baby Yoda back. I don't want him to be in Imperial control. But let me know what you guys think about the episode, about what you think is going to happen next week. Please leave a comment down below. And remember, if you like this video, please make sure to shoot it a like and hit the bell and subscribe to the channel for more awesome Star Wars content in the future. And we appreciate everybody. So thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you all, and may the Force be with you always.